guys, so welcome to this week's reveal. Like I said, there was, besides what was shown, there was a pop swap. We went to From the Heart. It was a great showing, but it was a bit too busy. We were kind of in a rush, so we didn't get to videotape it. However, I did actually pick up 4 new pops, which is kind of crazy because one is a grail for me, the other one is a smaller grail for me. So we got Robin Hood from Box Lunch. It's the new Robin Hood. Kinda love that. Let's see if we can't get a better picture of that by shutting that off. Nope, it's the glare from the phone. So Prince John, Robin Hood, Sheriff of Nottingham, Maid Marian, Little John, and Friar Tuck. I now have these 3. I've honestly haven't seen Robin Hood in stores. This is the only one I've seen. This is the last one that they had. So it's pretty awesome. Also got Fire Force. It is the glow in the dark special edition. So this is the European version. And it's probably, I'm not sure where the American version is limited to. There's Iris the Nun, Arthur with the sword, Maki, and Shinra with fire. I've seen Shinra before. I've seen Arthur. I've seen Iris. I've also seen that there is the second, I guess, versions, or the second wave of Funko Force, or Fire Force. Honestly, I liked the anime. It was pretty awesome. Finally got one of the gear characters. The main one that I kind of wanted. So the smaller grail that I've wanted, but so I deemed it one of the harder ones to get, and I didn't think I'd actually get it, for Disney at least, and that is Jafar, number 53. Not the movie Jafar, the animated movie Jafar. There is a kind of a dent here in the box, but I'm good with it because it's one of the harder ones to actually find unless you're online. So the back has Alice, Dumbo, Mary Poppins, Jasmine, Jafar, Genie. That is probably the hardest one to find, especially since Robin Williams passed away. Baloo, King Louie, I've seen both of these. Merida, the Rocketeer, I think I have that one. No. So that one's the little expensive one. I have the second version where he's flying. And then Up with Carl and Brandel, I think. It's been a while. But I can't believe I actually got a Jafar. Definitely one of my more favorite villains, I guess. Of course, the women take precedent. Nobody beats Maleficent. And of course, the Evil Queen was pretty awesome. Pretty powerful. Ursula, Cruella. There are a lot of bad people, bad women in Disney. Don't know why. So, okay, the final pop I got is my Grail. Honestly, there are different versions of him. Uh, the most expensive is the glow in the dark. That is at Book Off for $900. I'm not spending $900 on a Funko. However, I couldn't say no to this, and that's the Masters of the Universe Skeletor, number 19, the original. This is something I've been wanting since I started collecting the Funkos. To actually have it in hand, I can't honestly tell you the feeling. So there is He-Man, She-Ra, Skeletor, Spikor, and Hordak. I've seen He-Man and She-Ra. I've actually seen Spikor and all the other waves. So Skeletor was my top grail. Hordak is my second grail. So little by little, I'm actually getting my grails, which is insane. He looks incredible though. I've been a huge Skeletor fan for ever since the cartoon came out. afternoon cartoons, morning cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons. Some of the greatest villains were in the 80s and 90s. Skeletor, Hordak. Put you up there. Avenger for Dungeons and Dragons. Megatron, of course. Shredder. Mumra. Monstar. Tex Hex. I would love to get a Funko of Tex Hex from Brave Star. Gargamel from Smurfs. Jeez. Shia Khan. Tailspin. And some of the Disney villains themselves were insane. One of my favorite villains from Tailspin is Don Carnage. You look at DuckTales, Magica Dispel, the Beagle Boys. Lothar from Voltron, the Tiger Fort. Go Lion. Darkstorm from Visionaries. Metlar from Inhumanoids. Honestly, those three would make great pops. The Inhumanoids, Metlar, my favorite, Decompose, and Tendra. Of course, the good guys would make some great pops too. Redwood and the Trees, the Rock People, Magnacore. I don't think they did a Don Carnage for the Tailspin Pops. I think they did everything else. Definitely have to check into that. Would love Avengers Pop. Would love, like I said, Tex Hex. They did Sailor Moon, but the Black Lady is pretty expensive. That's another grail to look for. Yeah, back in the 80s and 90s, when cartoons literally ruled the airwaves. Wake up, watch cartoons, go to school, come home from school, watch cartoons, do your homework. Saturday morning, wake up, watch some cartoons. When Hawaii first started doing anime stuff, Tranzor, Robotech, Starblazers. So one of my favorite cartoons was, of course, Gummy Bears, but come on, who actually really cared for Duke Igthor? I mean, he was a great look for a villain. But he was very much more of a bully than a villain. Now, anyway, guys, so these are what I picked up this week, which I think is pretty insane, figuring I have one of the biggest grail for me, as well as one of the smaller grails. Picked up one of the anime that I haven't seen in anime characters that I haven't seen, and picked up a Funko that I haven't seen yet out in the wild, except for this once. I think this has been a great week. Uh, Next week, so far only 2 pops, but it's just beginning, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon. Aloha.